We got our new friend in studio, and who would have thought she's like right underneath our noses,
Right.
living in our
The
town,
whole
It's like
time.
10 miles down the road.
making beautiful music. I believe she started making music in like overseas in Europe and England and got pretty big, but now she's over here in the States. Got a new album. It's called One Suitcase. Shab, how are you doing?
I'm great. Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, welcome.
Dressed to the
Right.
nines. Your fashion is so cute.
Thank you, my Dallas family.
How do you fit all
Yes.
this in one suitcase?
Well, very careful.
Very careful.
Shab, there's a reason why you named your album One Suitcase. And I think everyone listening needs to know this story because it's a really empowering story.
Correct. I can give you the elevator pitch, or I can just kind of extend it just a tad. So I'm a refugee from Iran, and going back in the fundamentalist revolution, my dad was working for. He was one of the Shah's main guy for the petroleum oil company. And so you take care of the Shah takes care of you. So when the revolution happened, the fundamentalists came in. And so what happened is my father, unfortunately, they burned his work down, and they kidnapped my brothers because we were against the regime. And so he got a heart attack at 52, and he passed away.
Because of the stress?
Correct,
Oh,
of the
my goodness.
stress. And so what happened is they froze all our accounts, and so we became immediate enemy of the state.
So you guys went from basically having it all
Yeah.
to nothing.
And how old were you at this time?
I was 6 months old.
Oh, wow.
So you were a
and
baby,
we
baby.
had 13. My mom and dad had 13 kids. I mean, yeah.
Whoa.
So life was good.
And
You're
you're the
one of the-
youngest.
I'm the youngest.
You're the
Youngest
baby.
of 13?
7 boys, 5 girls.
Wow.
Oh my.
So after that happening, my mom, thank God, had all this jewelry, things that my dad had given her. So she was just selling things off just
Ooh,
to
Persian
kinda
women and
keep
their
us
jewelry. I
afloat.
know about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
My ex-husband's Persian. My daughter's half Persian, so I know how jewelry is. and-
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Beautiful stuff there. But thank God she
Yes.
was able to sell them off, and we were able to thrive. And then my brothers were getting a bit older where they were able to. And of course, we got my brothers back. My mom had to literally beg these.
Well, thank the Lord
these-
you got them back.
Yes, she's a woman of God, and that's one of the things I love about my mom. She always treats people good, and she always says, you don't know what someone is going through. You just have to be kind. So from there, 8 years later, it was like an Iran-Iraq war, and my mom's like, okay, this is just like ridiculous. Just so many bad things were happening. And I remember there was bombs, and that's a lot of people ask me, why do you love music so much, and why did you choose music? Because I remember, like vividly, I was 6 years old, and so there was the bombs coming down. So the louder the bombs got, the louder our music got, and we were just like dancing. The house smelled like food, and my mom was like, guys, just don't worry about it. Let's just like keep our energy good, and we just kept ourselves in this little bubble. Right?
You created your own world.
We did. Yeah,
Hmm.
it was just like COVID. Like we were all inside the houses.
Yeah.
We didn't know what's going to happen, and people are scared of dying. So it's almost like kind of like that. That's the way I could compare it, because I felt that when COVID happened. I'm like, oh my God, what is happening? I those feelings in my childhood kind of in another way came back. So after 8 years, she was like, okay, you got to get out. So we became refugees to Germany, and my other brothers and sisters already had left because their paperwork came much faster. They went straight to Germany, but mine was a year later. My mom wanted me to kind of like know how to read and write Farsi. I'm actually grateful for that. So I stayed and then went to Germany, was in Ankara, capital city of Turkey, for a year. And from there, my paperwork came for Germany. I was accepted to boarding school and went to Germany and was there in Kassel, outside of Frankfurt, for about almost 4.5 years. And so then my mom and them were already in U.S. because her cousin got a invitation for her for a green card, and thank God she was able to get. All of us came here legal, so I'm really proud of that. We waited, even though it was a long time to wait, but we were like, you know what, that's the right thing to do. You have to respect the country's codes of honor. So then my green card finally was ready for me at JFK. So I was like counting on calendars and scratching it off every day just to see my mom again. I hadn't seen her from 8.5 to almost 14 years old.
Wow.
So then I was 14. I was in a like grown,
Yeah.
like young
You're a
adult.
So
girl,
she
yeah.
got you back at 14.
Yeah. I was like, look, Mom, I'm all grown.
Luckily,
I know, but I remember 14 with my daughter. That was hell.
I was gonna say, luckily it's the
All the
easiest
hormones.
age.
And that's
Oh,
gotta
yeah,
be
right.
that's gotta be emotional too to see your mom after so many years.
Yeah, it was. She was my everything. She wore the skirt and the pants, and so she would send me her shirts because it smelled like. I'm like, Mom, the smell is going away. You gotta send me another one.
Aw.
Go sleep with
That's
her.
pretty sweet.
That's
Yeah, I
sweet.
know.
sweet.
I'm such a mushy person.
No, that's sweet.
So from there, I remember finally got my ticket to Lufthansa flight, everything I owned, hands in one suitcase, speaking no word of English.
Wow.
Got on a plane by myself at 14. I was.
How'd you
like-
understand the pre-flight instructions from the flight attendant?
You just nod and go, yeah.
Lufthansa
it was
Airlines
Lufthansa, it was
app.
German.
Oh, okay.
They would say it in German and English.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah,
So
and
now
I
you
knew
speak-
a little bit of.
You speak Farsi, German, and English. You speak
Yes,
more
my
than
Deutsch
that.
ist ein bisschen schlecht,
Ah,
aber
gut.
ich spreche alles
Guten
sehr
Tag.
gut.
Of course.
Yeah.
Wow, that's really good.
Dankeschön. And so got at JFK and sent our tallest agents. I don't know why. They were like 6'5", and I'm like, I was like 4'11", and I'm like looking at them. They're like, no, come on. They were smiling. They were like, come with us. You're safe. I knew what that meant. So I went and I did a fingerprint, and half an hour I was just sitting, and they came to me. They're like, welcome to America. And I
Aw.
literally looked at my green card. I started tearing out. I was like, I waited for this for 4.5, 5 years.
Wow.
So then they took me to my next flight to Baltimore, and where my family was waiting for me.
That's a
Oh,
beautiful,
Beautiful.
story.
Yeah. is.
I mean, I was just like, I felt like God gave me the world. I was like, all of this pain was worth it because I got my family back.
Yeah.
And so I'm looking at your album cover, and all these cities you were talking about
Correct.
are here.
Yeah.
On your departures, you're holding your little suitcase. Tehran, Frankfurt, then New York, Baltimore, Miami, Dallas. These are all places you've lived.
Yes.
These are all your destinations.
I've been to all of them. And we found the replica that's similar to the one I was actually carrying. Everything I owned in the
Oh,
world,
wow.
up
Whoa.
to 14, whatever I had was in there. And I didn't care about things. I was just happy to see my family.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
just like,
yeah, I
who
bet.
cares about stuff? It's just material,
Well, how'd you get started with your music career? How old were you when you were like, okay? Because moving to the States, they say you could do anything in this country. You could become a business person, a movie star, a singer.
Yeah.
What pulled you towards
Music
this?
has always been a big part of my family. You can't really dance or play music in Iran. You get arrested.
No.
So in our homes, I remember growing up, my brother was, he would just sing, and always admired him. I was always shy, because I was the baby. Everyone just like, you're so cute. They always loving on me and stuff. And I'm like, so just watching my brother, how he was doing it, I was like, I don't know, maybe one day I could do it too. But I just didn't know I did it, had it in me. Because I was like little
Yeah.
shower singer or car,
Mhm.
you have all of that stuff. You got to start somewhere, right?
Yeah.
So, but later down, I just was like, you know what? I was exposed to so many different music. And in Germany, it was like pop and dance, and in Baltimore, it was like R&B and hip hop. I was raised by Wu-Tang. I always say that.
Oh, come on now.
Now let's go, baby. So, but and then DC, I was exposed to like a lot of like techno and EDM, and so it was just like I was like, oh my God, there's all these different genres and cool stuff. So that's why my album has so many different genres and cool stuff in it. So when you listen, you're like, it goes from pop to like techno or EDM. You're like, what's going on? So
That's beautiful.
But it's still
though.
upbeat. You're
Oh,
an
yeah.
upbeat artist.
correct, because I've been through a lot of hardship, I think, and I didn't want to do like sad songs. And I do have my one suitcase song, which is the last one on my album, which is the title album. And so I couldn't sing that song for a while. Every time I would sing it, I would cry. But now I use it as fuel. I feel like it empowers me.
Yeah.
And it's a really empowering song. It's just so beautiful. In Dallas, Austin, my girl Nas Tokyo, they helped me write that song. So
Shab, what was one of the first songs that you added to this album where you're like, this is the whole genre, this is the whole vibe of this album?
Story.
that's a really good question. So I'm going to give you a two-part answer because I always try to answer people's question before I get to the next one. So when we were thinking about choosing, we had so many songs to pick from. And the reason we did 21 songs is because they tell my story.
Mhm.
So when you're listening from the song 1, which is Alchemy, to the 21 song, the last one is One Suitcase. So it's my life story about womanhood, about freedom, about liberty. So all of those things that I experienced as an adult human woman, learning how to be a woman in a Western world, I didn't know how to be a woman. I had my sisters, but I was also away for so many years, and I had to figure stuff on my own. And they made you feel so being a woman is not beautiful, or I just wanted to hide underneath, you know. So I feel like these albums are like helped me open up, and of course my husband Rob like really helped me heal that side of my feminine energy, where he just made me feel beautiful inside. That
Aw, Rob.
Oh,
Come
Rob.
on, Rob.
Come
Come on,
on.
making women feel beautiful, dog. Let's get some, dog.
I was
Yeah,
I
he
was
was like-
speaking to your husband a little bit, and he said before you used to sing exclusively in Farsi,
yeah.
and then you made the decision you wanted to start singing in English. What made you switch like that?
Because I had all these beautiful love songs, and he didn't understand what it was. I mean, I would translate to him, and I was trying to convert and starting to do like dabbling in English as well, and I had to kind of feel that confidence rather, to be able to do it. And I was like, you know what, let's just do it.
I gotta say, the music videos to this album, very much woman. You are, you are showing it all, this girl. I'm like, woman.
This is all new for me, guys. You know, it's hard. I feel for my sisters, even my brothers in Iran or all around the world that are really suffering from, you know, getting dehumanized and not being treated right. And we're living in a 21st century, and so many bad things are still happening. Like
Yeah.
humans we're still not living our full potential, and you know, and it just saddens me that this is still happening in the world. And you
The
know.
things that are normal for some kids in other countries that we're not even aware of is
Right.
shocking.
Yeah.
And we don't, it's like we win a lottery if we're born.
We're so blessed. I kiss the ground of
Yeah.
America. I'm like, I am so blessed to be in America. This is the best country in the world. You know, there's people have opinions, and you know what? It's fine. Opinions are for you know what. But the way I look at it, I'm like, if you're not happy, then go somewhere else. Why don't you go to the third world country? Just go there, and you'll
Yeah.
appreciate America
Yeah.
so much more. America's for people that are dreamers. America is for people that work hard, that you know, that play hard, work harder. They just believe in something bigger themselves. And it's like we all like a melting pot. We're all brothers and sisters. We find each other, and all of us came here. If it wasn't because of America, a lot of us wouldn't have met. I would have never met my husband.
How did you guys meet?
I actually first time I ever saw him was at Stream Energy, which he owned. He was a CEO for electricity deregulation.
Uh-huh.
You guys know about
Oh,
all
yeah,
that
we know
back in
Stream.
the
Oh,
day.
we have money.
My dad was in oil, and he's electricity. And I'm like, you know, this is like.
You remind me of my dad.
Exactly. You're funny. I love you.
Thank you. I love you too.
Was it like a dinner? A
But he was
function?
married. I was engaged,
Uh-huh.
and you know, when he first walked in the room, I saw his eyes, and I was like, you know, when you see somebody, you feel like your
A
whole life
soul
flashes.
connection.
Mhm.
Yes.
It was like a serendipity. It was just something like.
I had a guy happen to me, a guy in Nashville. My lips
Right.
tingled when he walked through the room.
And what'd you do, Kelly? Nothing.
And he walked out, and, I
Nothing?
was like, and then I chased him, and he was gone. I was like, my lip tingles
You-
were for
you-
nothing.
You're just sitting there with tingly lips,
I
and he's,
know for
he's out of
nothing,
there.
You gotta be like, hey, you.
That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's the way it happened, and you know, he was married, I was engaged.
Can't do anything about it
He
then.
got married again. I got engaged again.
Oh, wow.
Then I got engaged again. You know, it was just
Oh,
like
man.
we were always in relationships. So finally, we were both single, and I was like, you know, I was
Hey,
like, "Do you
God's
wanna-"
timing is perfect. you
I
know?
chased. Actually, I moved
You
here for
pursued.
him.
Mhm.
I was like, I'm in Dallas. I was like, hey. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, I just moved here. He's like, really? Why? I was like,
'Cause I'm single.
I want to be with you.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's so
I see-
bold and beautiful.
Yeah.
Hey,
was
see, Kelly,
That's a movie.
I'm a chaser. Like if I want something, I go after it.
Get it.
Good.
yes.
I was like, I know you're single. I'm like, okay, let's do this. I've been wanting you for a while. And I tried it. There's other guys, you know, you were married and you're single. There's no bad karma. Is everything good? All right, let's do this.
See, sometimes, ladies, it's okay to go chase the guy that
Yes,
you want.
Men like
Do it.
that.
That's hot.
When you get that connection.
When you
Yeah,
feel
that's
it,
right.
just be like, I'm here. I want you.
That's
Yeah.
What are you gonna
great.
do about it?
Say it with your chest like you hit sound.
Exactly.
Luckily, it worked out for Kelly, even though she didn't chase down the electricity guy in Nashville, because now she's married to Alan.
Right.
Maybe next, you know, you never know. You might-
Maybe my next marriage.
Next time,
My
Kelly.
next marriage.
Maybe next time.
No, next life. That's
Yeah,
what I'm saying.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next
Next trip to Nashville.
Sorry, Alan.
Right, right,
Yeah.
right.
Sorry, hubby. Oh God, he's gonna be like, who's that girl?
I know.
Oh,
I will
man.
tell you what, from my first marriage, what I miss is that Persian cooking.
Mm.
Hey,
But
you
then
know
I-
what? You can come to my house.
Gourmet
Don't miss
sabzi.
it.
I love
Come
gourmet
over.
sabzi. I love
I'll
it so
make
much.
for you.
I would love that.
Let's go.
Now I did my current mother-in-law. She's Filipino, so I get. I mean, I
That's
just,
pretty good, too.
Chicken
Yeah.
adobo is
Awesome.
the bomb.
I love all that. So
Yeah,
I've been
they
very
just-
blessed with 2 great cooks for mother-in-law.
Wow.
And I love a good hookah.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
got some. You know what?
Love
We
a
should do a
good hookah.
Persian.
Let's do it.
That would be
Persian
awesome.
a delight at my house.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
do it.
Let's go.
Because I went to my first, I was telling your husband, I went to my first ever Persian New Year party, and Kelly had
They're
already been to,
wild.
oh my
They're
goodness.
Persians are wild.
That was, I mean, that was just getting started when we were leaving like at midnight. And I was
Don't
like,
tempt us with a good time.
I know, that was so much fun. Do you guys throw one every year?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We-
big
we,
one?
We go wild. Persians know how to have. They know how to live. You know, they just live.
And your
their lives.
husband's Mexican?
Yes, he's Mexican with blonde hair, blue eyes.
Mhm,
No.
mhm. Oh,
I'm
Why'd you
Mexican,
think
Justin.
that?
Yeah, why'd you think he was
I
Mexican?
thought he was Mexican.
Why?
Oh,
He's American.
oh, gotcha.
He's French Basque. He has like French Basque and like English something like. We did his ancestry.
Uh-huh.
Trying to figure out. I was like, you're not human. I was like, you're from another planet because I never met anybody like.
I
you.
did
Like,
lock,
oh, and-
I did lock eyes with him. He does have electric eyes.
Yeah, pretty
You-
dreary,
you're
huh?
right about
Did
that.
your lips
It's like-
tingle?
I told you.
My man's blushing, but yeah, he does have these eyes that like, dang, it's like
It gets
just
you.
hits. Now you guys have kids.
We do.
What's it like having kids and then watch you perform and sing songs and dance?
They love it. You know, my son is always like, "Mommy, you're like, do you have do you have like your YouTube?" Like he always looks at my numbers. He's like, "Are you? When are you gonna get like where Taylor Swift is?" I was like, "Honey, I love you," but she started when she was like 6. You know, I was like, "Look, it's all in God's hand. It's gonna happen." But he loves my new album. Like they always like whenever I get a new song, we played for them. They're like, "Mommy, this is so good. We love it." When they approve, I'm like, "We're good." But they're
Aw.
really proud of me.
That
And
is
it's really
awesome.
cool.
beautiful.
They should be proud.
That's
they're really
awesome.
Yeah.
proud
It's
of
cool
me.
because
It's
one of
so
the
sweet.
one of the vinyls, it's a double vinyl album, is in the colors of the Iranian flag, and the
old
other
Iranian,
one,
yeah.
the old Iranian flag, and the current, and the other one's the USA colors. So
is really
that's really
cool.
cool.
It's really cool to just create something out of your entire life story
Thank
in the way that you have with this album. That's
Thank
congratulations.
you so much. And
Yeah.
you know, I have to give my husband credit. Seriously, none of this would have been possible, gang. You know, everything I have and everything I am, because behind every great man is a great woman, and vice versa. He gave me wings to fly. I could not done it without him. And I think when you have a strong, you know, partnership with the person you love, you know, and you create something greater than yourself. I mean, you're spreading that love and positivity in any way you can, and the music is just such a powerful force. But this beautiful man, and he is beautiful.
He is
actually.
beautiful, isn't
He
he?
He is
is.
beautiful. And those
Looks a
beautiful
little
big blue
Mexican,
eyes.
but whatever.
And the sexy blonde hair.
I know he walked in. I was like, "Cómo estás, hermano?" And he looked at me like, "What's this guy talking about?"
Beautiful man.
You know,
from
I think
Mexico.
that's something that we all look for as humans. We just want somebody that's going to lift us up and support us.
Yeah.
And there's so many people listening that probably don't have that, but it's out there. You just gotta go get it like you did.
You
Chase
have
it.
to go get it.
Chase
And you know, when I told him I want to do music, he's like, "Honey, you know, I don't know anybody in that industry." He's like, "I don't know how to help." I was like, "No, I already found someone." Damon Sharp. Like my son was 2 months old, and I already had done Persian music, but I went online, you know, and he was already sleeping. I didn't have much to do, and I put, you know, producer in LA. And he popped up, and I was like, and I saw he was in a relationship. I'm like, perfect, because I've read a lot of stuff even back in the day. I was really
gotta
careful
watch
because my
yourself, yeah.
family is very strict growing up. So I was like, I already knew like the warning signs. I'm like, oh, he's in a relationship. She's beautiful, great. So I messaged him. You know, didn't hear back right away, but he wasn't as active on social media. But he's like, yeah, so sure, I would love to. Like, I didn't even know he worked with Jennifer Lopez. He did his first song, "My Love Don't Cost a Thing," and one of his songs, and Ariana Grande. And Rob always looks up everyone. He's like, hold up, what's his name? He's like, do you know who this guy is? I was like, no, I'm happy I found somebody. He's like, Shab, you hit the gold mine. Like this guy he's done like some big hits for, you know, some
That's
big
You
hits.
just Googled it.
Good.
Yeah.
I'm telling
And,
you.
Never
reached,
know.
and reached
Meant to
out.
be.
It's like when universe gives you that, universe like speed. It just that don't second guess yourself. If you have an idea, if something excites you, go do it, because something just came in my mind. I was like, if you still want to give me that gift, I'll take it. And then like 30 minutes later, I was like, someone like, go to the computer, like, you know, that voice. I'm like typing in, and then his name popped up. He was the
That
first
is
one.
cool.
Oh wow.
Now,
Meant to
Next
be.
album title? Google it.
yeah, Google it. That's pretty
Yes,
good.
let's go.
And you have had success in the past. It's not like you came in blind. Like you do have a following overseas and
Yes.
stuff, and you do have millions of streams on on
Yes.
platforms. So it's not like you just came in cold. So he probably was like, no, this girl's got some power, and he's
He
got
probably
some pull.
Googled you too.
Yeah.
I would think so. I
No,
would think so.
He's my brother. I love Damon. He's just honest. Like he's so talented, and he's just a trustworthy, a good person. Like you meet people in the industry that are always trying to fake you, but this guy was always like I felt like he's my family from day one.
And with your album, you're giving back.
Oh yeah, all the proceeds of the album is going to a beautiful cause which is close to my heart. It's called Choose Love. Their headquarters is in London, and they threw this beautiful dinner for me. Actually, it was released on his birthday, February 12th, and we were in London. And so it's for helps refugees and misplaced people, and it shows them that there is light at the end of the tunnel. And so I was just like we own our own label again, thanks to this beautiful
Smart.
man, and that we were able to do that. And
amazing.
he's like, I love it, Shab. Let's do it. And I was like, hi, how can I love you more? Like seriously, you're such a beautiful, beautiful soul. He's such a beautiful soul.
Well, your music is uplifting. Your story's uplifting. What
It
you're
is,
doing with
it
your
is.
proceeds is uplifting. The name of the album is One Suitcase. You can stream it. You can buy it. The vinyls are really cool. I would collect this because Shab's about to be super famous. Are you going to go on tour with your music?
So we are really trying to promote the album right now, and so Lipstick is the next single, which we just did a video for it a month ago in LA, and we're really excited about the release of Lipstick. And I think once Lipstick is released, there's some opportunities, but we're about to build a brand new show. And so we are really excited about this new show that we're about to build for.
Are you
for
talking about
tours.
this lipstick?
You always want
Yes.
more. Love the art of me. It's for you to explore. Blue kiss any heart at the end of the night. And I know it feels good. Don't it feel good? And I know it feels good. Don't it feel good?
Yo, tell me you're not driving down the
I know.
highway with this, with the windows down.
With the convertible,
Right.
wind blowing.
Or
Play that by the
yeah.
pool.
It's just such a
Or, ooh, yeah, you go on vacation.
Right? It made me think of a woman, like a confident woman, because it took me so many years to be where I am today. So I'm a girly girl. I will always, at the end of the day, love you fellows, but I will always stand up for the girl. Be like, you know what? We have to protect each other. Because at the end of the day, it's women have been through a lot in history, and it's not about like let her shine, you shine, I shine, we all shine. Every flower has its beautiful scent, and we're not here to compare or compete. We're here to empower.
A girl's girl over here.
Add that to the
Exactly.
lyrics.
And I'll back Shab up.
Shab bloom and blossom.
Shab definitely remembered Kelly and Anna's name. Like, each.
I was like, clocked it.
She had the girls' bags.
Yes.
But I
get-go.
do love we do love our men. We have to protect our men.
Yeah, we
I
do.
have a son. I always say we have to protect our husbands, our sons, our brothers, and our good friends that are males.
That's right.
So, and I've always given good advice to my male friends if they're going through like some hardship with their relationship and whatnot, because I don't like seeing someone being abused by a girl. I cannot have that. I'm like, come on,
Anybody,
You can't-
especially-
or
Yeah.
girl,
Yeah.
guy, like
Yeah.
you know what I mean. So it's just not right.
Well, as your good friend, Shab, I look forward to our,
Yes.
our
Yes.
talk.
Yeah.
And the next party.
And the
we
next
look
party.
forward to that.
Now, how can we keep up with you if we want to find out when you do start making some shows happen and all that stuff? Where do we go?
So the best way to find it is my website, shabofficial.com, which I am really proud of that website. We have put so many man hours in it, and it's just a beautiful website. It's just so many information in there. That one, of course, my Instagram, Shab Music Official, same as Facebook.
Shab, SHAB, right?
Yes,
SHAB.
SHAB Official, and then the other one is there's a new one we just created, Shab Everything Shab.
Awesome.
Everything Shab.
And
Yeah.
you told us what Shab means. It means
Shabnam means morning dew, which is my full name,
Shabnam.
and Shab means night, and Nam means moist. So, but yeah,
morning dew.
morning dew.
Love
Very
it.
What it do.
beautiful.
Morning
Beautiful.
dew.
Well, Shab, it has been awesome talking to you. You have awesome vibes, and
Thank
we
you
hope
so much.
go check out One Suitcase. It's out. I'm holding it right now.
ShabOfficial.com.
And you're supporting a great cause, you know, and
Yes.
all the proceeds are going to this amazing cause. Choose Love. Go check it out. We also have this amazing charity here that we work with. It's called Hope Supply. It's for homeless moms and children. We provide essential
Very
needs.
sweet.
And this
doing
beautiful
great.
man is the chairman for it. Again, see, that's why there's another reason to love him.
Give it up for Shab, everybody. Take us out, lipstick.
And a beautiful
And
man.
Your husband, your beautiful
Thank you
husband.
so
Come
much.
on now.
You guys are amazing.
You're the best.
Lipstick alert.
Look at